Nearly hidden by a mass of dense trees is a minty two-tone Victorian built in 1899. Inside, this 4-bedroom, 2-bath beauty boasts high 10-foot ceilings and beautiful pine and oak woodwork. It's just blocks from the Ohio River in Augusta, Kentucky. A Rockwell-esque small town where everybody knows your name and everybody knows the Clooneys. Nick, a newscaster, and Nina, a former beauty queen, opted for the small-town simplicity of Augusta against the will of their then 13-year-old son, George. That is, until he realized the benefits of being a big fish in a small pond.
He actually was the starting center at 6 feet tall, and he was the starting center fielder, and he was president of the science club and vice president of his class. Things that he could not have done elsewhere, he was able to do here, and I think it helped him with his confidence.
And like any growing boy, or heartthrob as the case may be, one of George's favorite rooms was this bright, airy kitchen.
He would get up from the table here after having eaten a huge meal, go over to the refrigerator, open the door, and say, "Isn't there anything in the house to eat?"
Ferocious appetite.
Oh, absolutely.
When he wasn't eating, George and his friends were likely playing ball.
Did he break any windows around here?
I don't think he broke any windows, but the kids played baseball in the side yard over here, and I do believe that my neighbor's aluminum siding has a few dents.
To balance the ball playing, George's dad found a clever way to encourage reading right in his jam-packed library.
If I got him out a sports book, like Babe Ruth's biography, well, he'd read that cover to cover in one sitting and write a wonderful and imaginative book report.
So that's a pretty good foundation, because I know he's writing now, he's directing, of course acting.
Not only that, he's still taking my calls.
The adjacent bar features hundreds of the family's favorite and not-so-favorite photos.
This is George at about 12, I guess. One of the school pictures that we all love. George usually, and Ada, they come in here and get the pictures they hate and tear them down and take them with them. He missed this one.
It was also the site of one of George's playful pranks.
I came home from work one day. George and our daughter and several friends were having a party in here, and they had marshmallows. And they had taken them, and they would lick one side of them and throw them at each other. And when I came in, there were marshmallows stuck all over the room.
Fortunately, this cozy living room remained marshmallow-free, but it was the site of another one of George's infamous moments.
That's exactly the place where George sat when he gave his first television interview. He was just a kid, about 18, I guess. And they were asking him about what it was like to be the son of a very famous anchorman. And he said, well, a few years from now, they'll be saying, that's George Clooney's father.
Not long after, George made a very important announcement right here in the family's formal dining room.
George, in 1982, made the announcement that he was going to California and that he decided he was going to be an actor. And I, of course, from my end of the table, where I make pronouncements, said, are you kidding? You've been out to California. We've been out there. We know all these folks. We've been through this. You know that great actors are out there. We can dime a dozen. They're parking cars and waiting tables. Don't be ridiculous.
Do you remember that conversation?
Oh, sure. I believe Nick also said, you need to have an education so you will have something to fall back on. And George's answer was, if I have something to fall back on, I will.
Since then, George Clooney may have become one of the sexiest men alive, but he still comes home to visit his folks and his teenage stomping grounds.
Nina, what's it like when George comes back home?
In many ways, it's as if he never went away. Many of the young people that he went to school with still live right around here. And so within an hour, they'll start accumulating here. They'll be in the living room or they'll be out on the front porch, and they'll be telling tall tales about things that they did.
Well, this is it. We've seen it all, from shotgun shacks to 20-room mansions. And the one thing they all have in common is the uncommon folks who called these places home. Thanks for watching. Can I give it a shot?
Go ahead.
Look like dotted Swiss. You did this perfect arm. See if you got a candy arm.
Oh! I said
It was right in me too, man, I tell you.
Thanks very much for the tour. You have a great house.